Leonardo da Vinci. 1. Early life and background. 2. Artistic development and early works. 3. Move to Milan and court artist. 4. Scientific studies and innovations. 5. Return to Florence and later works. 6. Time in Rome and later years. 7. Death and posthumous legacy. 8. Artistry and method. 9. Leonardo's genius and context. 10. Enduring legacy. Leonardo da Vinci was born on April 15, 1452, in the town of Vinci in the Republic of Florence, present-day Italy. He was the illegitimate son of Ser Piero da Vinci, a notary, and a peasant woman named Caterina. Despite his illegitimacy, Leonardo was raised in his father's household and received a basic education in reading, writing, and arithmetic. From an early age, he demonstrated a remarkable talent for art and curiosity about the natural world. At the age of 14, Leonardo became an apprentice to Andrea del Verrocchio, a prominent Florentine artist. Under Verrocchio's tutelage, Leonardo learned a wide range of artistic and technical skills, including drawing, painting, sculpture, and mechanical arts. His apprenticeship exposed him to the intellectual and artistic vibrancy of Renaissance Florence. Leonardo's artistic talent quickly became evident. One of his earliest known works is a pen-and-ink drawing of the Arno Valley, created in 1473. He collaborated with Verrocchio on several projects, including the Baptism of Christ, where Leonardo painted the angel on the left, which was so masterfully executed that Verrocchio reportedly vowed never to paint again. Leonardo's early independent works include Annunciation 1-7 to 1-7-5 and Ginevra di Benci 1470-1478, both of which display his growing mastery of anatomy, perspective, and light. His innovative use of sfumato, a technique involving the subtle blending of colors and tones, became a hallmark of his painting style. In 1482, Leonardo moved to Milan and entered the service of Ludovico Sforza, Duke of Milan. There, he worked not only as a painter but also as a military engineer, architect, and court entertainer. He produced designs for weapons, fortifications, and canals, and pursued studies in anatomy, geology, and hydraulics. During this period, Leonardo painted the Virgin of the Rocks 1483 to 1486 and the Last Supper 1-9-5-1-9-8, the latter of which is considered one of the greatest masterpieces of Western art. The Last Supper, painted on the wall of the convent of Santa Maria del Grazie, captures the emotional intensity of Jesus' announcement of betrayal among his disciples. Leonardo also worked on equestrian statues, theatrical sets, and elaborate pageants. His notebooks from this time reveal a mind teeming with ideas, from flying machines to anatomical studies. Leonardo was not only a great artist but also a visionary scientist and inventor. He kept meticulous notebooks filled with sketches, diagrams, and observations on subjects ranging from anatomy and physiology to botany, mechanics, and flight. His dissection of human cadavers led to detailed anatomical drawings, including studies of the human skeleton, muscles, and internal organs. He investigated the mechanics of motion, the behavior of water, and the principles of optics. Leonardo's fascination with flight resulted in numerous designs for flying machines, including the ornithopter and the aerial screw concepts that prefigured the modern helicopter. Although many of his scientific ideas were unpublished during his lifetime, his notebooks such as the Codex Atlanticus and Codex Leicester are now regarded as treasures of Renaissance thought and precursors to modern scientific inquiry. Following the fall of Ludovico Sforza in 1499, Leonardo returned to Florence. During this time, he painted the Battle of Anghiari, a monumental mural that was never completed but profoundly influenced later artists. He also began work on the Mona Lisa c. 1503 to 1506, perhaps the most famous painting in the world. The Mona Lisa is renowned for its enigmatic expression, subtle modeling, and innovative use of atmospheric perspective. It exemplifies Leonardo's mastery of portraiture and his belief in the integration of science and art. Leonardo also designed bridges, mapped the Arno River, and served as a consultant on engineering and architectural projects. He studied the flight of birds and continued his anatomical dissections, always seeking to understand the underlying principles of nature. In 1513, Leonardo moved to Rome, where he worked under the patronage of Giuliano de' Medici, although he had access to the Vatican's vast resources. His later years in Rome were marked by frustration. He struggled to secure major commissions and watched younger artists like Raphael and Michelangelo gain prominence. Nevertheless, Leonardo continued his scientific research and worked on treatises on painting, anatomy, and mechanics. He designed hydraulic systems and studied the movement of water, proposing ideas for irrigation and urban planning. In 1516, Leonardo accepted an invitation from King Francis I of France and moved to the Château du Clos-Luz near Amboise. There, he was given the title Premier Painter, Engineer and Architect to the king and spent his final years teaching, writing, and organizing his vast body of work. Leonardo da Vinci died on May 2, 1519, at the age of 67. He was buried in the chapel of Saint Hubert in the Château d'Amboise. Upon his death, he left behind thousands of pages of notes, drawings, and manuscripts that would captivate generations to come. Although only a handful of his paintings survive, Leonardo's influence on art and science is immeasurable. His interdisciplinary approach, combining observation, experimentation, and artistic expression, epitomizes the Renaissance ideal of the universal man. Leonardo's notebooks were scattered after his death but were gradually rediscovered and studied. His art continued to inspire artists, and his scientific ideas laid the groundwork for developments in anatomy, mechanics, engineering, and aviation. Leonardo's artistic techniques were revolutionary. He introduced chiaroscuro, the use of strong contrasts between light and dark, and perfected sfumato, which gave his paintings a soft, dreamlike quality. He studied human emotions and expressions, capturing psychological depth and realism unmatched in his time. He approached art as a scientific endeavor, meticulously planning compositions, experimenting with pigments, and dissecting bodies to better portray the human form. His drawing skills, evident in works like The Vitruvian Man, combined aesthetic beauty with mathematical precision. His belief that art and science were intertwined led him to observe and document the world with unmatched accuracy, whether sketching a fetus in the womb or the eddying of water. Leonardo's art reflected his quest for knowledge and truth. Leonardo da Vinci lived during a time of profound cultural, scientific, and artistic change. The Renaissance was a period that valued humanism, intellectual exploration, and the rediscovery of classical knowledge. Leonardo embodied these values more than anyone. He was both a product of his time and a visionary who surpassed it. While other artists painted or sculpted, Leonardo dissected cadavers, designed flying machines, and envisioned city layouts. His genius lay in his relentless curiosity and the belief that knowledge should be pursued in all its forms. His contemporaries admired him, but it is in modern times that his true breadth of talent has been fully appreciated. As a polymath, Leonardo set a standard for interdisciplinary excellence that continues to inspire scientists, artists, and thinkers across the world. Leonardo da Vinci's legacy endures as a symbol of human potential and creativity. Museums worldwide preserve his few surviving works, while scholars continue to unravel the insights in his notebooks. His Mona Lisa attracts millions of visitors each year, and his drawings remain benchmarks of artistic and scientific inquiry. He has been the subject of countless books, documentaries, and films. His life and work have inspired fields as diverse as robotics, aviation, anatomy, and artificial intelligence. He is celebrated not only as a master artist but also as one of history's greatest minds. Leonardo da Vinci showed that the boundaries between disciplines are artificial, that art can inform science, and science can enhance art. His life reminds us of the power of observation, the joy of curiosity, and the importance of asking questions. In the words of Leonardo himself, learning never exhausts the mind.
Thanks for listening.